Hey, Jesse, how are you?
All is well, sir. How you?
Very, very well.
Good.
Yeah, I just wanted to call you just to give you a quick thank you. My wife and I are in the process of selling our home and buying a new home in another town where we're working now.
Right
And
on.
obviously, yeah, all this COVID stuff has things going crazy. And sorry, I was a little out of breath. I was doing my quarantine push-ups while I was on hold.
I know what you mean, man.
Yeah, yes, sir. So our house is valued higher than it's been since I've ever owned it,
Yeah.
and I'm set up to make a good profit, big time.
Amazing. Congratulations.
And yeah, thanks, man. So I get a contract on the house, and then this COVID thing hits, and inspectors not allowed to come inspect, and this person's not allowed to do this thing, and so now we're on a 60-day extension on the contract, so it's kind of like, just put on hold. And so the devil's in my ear saying, oh, man, the market's going to crash.
Yeah.
By the time they come around, your house is going to not be valued where the deal was, and they're going to fall through on the deal, yada, yada. You can imagine all the
Right.
thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so there's some stress. And so I keep telling myself, thanks to you, don't worry about those thoughts. Don't worry about those thoughts. And then we're out house hunting, and we found what we think is the house. And so everything seems perfect. It looks perfect. And so we decided we're going to put an offer. Well, our offer has to be with the contingency that our house sells, obviously, because we need that money.
Yes.
And so the realtor is just doing his job. He's just letting us know everything. Says, hey, just so you know, it kind of isn't the best when your offer has to do with, whether you sell or don't sell your house. Some buyers care, some don't. He was just giving us the information.
Right.
But Satan just screamed in my head like, oh, now you're not going to get this house.
Yep.
Because of this and that and this and that. And I started deciding now I'm my own God, and I'm going to fix this. I could talk to you about this because I know you get what I'm saying about someone else. They think I'm crazy when I say I'm my own God. But anyway, so now I'm my own God. I'm taking charge. Here we go. So I did something so beta besides being worried, right? And my wife is next to me, but I was driving, just so you know. She's passing the seat. But anyways, my wife's next to me. Yes, right. And I called my dad because my father, I called you back before and told you how we're kind of hooked back up as far as having a relationship again since I forgave him and apologized for hating him.
Yeah.
But so my father, man, he's a big money guy. Everything's money, and he has a lot of money, and he's always tried to use it to buy me, and I've always resisted.
Right on.
So I'm like, dude, I know my dad will spot me the money. I know he would. So I call him, being deceptive, hey, just so you know, I saw this house. The realtor said, it might not be the best deal, knowing what my dad was going to say.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, don't worry, son, I'll give you the cash. And, I won't get into how much it costs, but a house worth of cash for a house is kind of a big deal.
Right.
And that's like, it's too much money being screwing around with. But anyways, so, and then he starts telling me how we're going to do this deal. And then I was like, oh, my God, Daniel, you're so stupid. You do not submit to another man and start putting another man at the wheel of your car,
That's
of
right.
your life.
That's
you only
right.
submit to God, dude.
Yep.
So anyway, so I told my dad I would tell the realtor, what he said. So I tell the realtor what he said, and then just because I wasn't going to be a liar, I told my father I'd tell him, so I told him. And then I immediately followed up with, but I'm not going to do that. We're just going to put in our regular offer. So I called my pops back later and said, hey, thanks for the offer. I'm not going to put you in a bad situation. I'm going to do it on my own.
Right on,
because,
man.
you know,
That's an
God's
amazing
either gonna give me
story.
the house or not.
Yes.
And so, but let me tell you, so I told my wife that, but from that moment that the realtor gave us that, there was a noticeable tension between my wife and I.
Yeah.
Not personally her and I, but each of us had our own kind of anxiety because we liked the house so much. It was one of those, we had seen already 15 houses. This one blasted us up. So we liked it so much. And it's an hour drive home. The whole hour drive home, you could just tell there was some tension. And then we get home, and it was this pissed us off, that pissed us off. And a couple hours home, man, we're like fighting about stuff, but not amongst each other. We're being mean to the kids and all kind of crazy stuff. The dogs are aggravating us. And I had to stop, and I said, I had to recognize, hey, this is the devil. This happened. The moment that realtor said that to us, it put doubt in our heads, doubt, worry, fear, whatever you want to call it. You know, it doesn't matter. It's not from God. And, man, my wife, she goes, yes, you're right. It did start there. And I said, well, heck, what a better time for me and you to be relaxed with each other than when we don't have a personal beef with each other. Because usually we're fighting because we're mad at each other. So I'm like, man, this is the best opportunity. Let's just let this go. And when we both recognized what the problem was, where it came from, and that God was in control, the rest of our evening smoothed out, smooth sailing. We didn't go to bed angry. We just let it go. This morning when I woke up, I told myself I would not call the realtor because I have urges to call him. Hey, did they take our offer? Hey, what? I'm not going to call him. I'm not going to call him. I ain't going to worry about it. And I told my wife, worst case scenario, we don't sell the house. We have a beautiful home now. We're not homeless. God's taking care of us. I'll just have to drive an hour to work, and it ain't going to kill me. So I just wanted to tell you thank you, because if it wasn't for you pointing out Satan's lying to me through my thoughts, we would have had a bad time, and it snowballed. So I just wanted to tell you thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Daniel, I got to tell you, that is deep. That's a deep, deep story, man. You're absolutely right. I love it. And if you just stay on track like that, you haven't seen anything. You have not seen anything, man. So
I'm trying, and I want to tell you one last thing. It's not even really a story.
Yes,
it ain't even a story, but something I noticed. My daughter, I have a son and a daughter. My daughter's almost 3. The children know the right way. Jesse, you've been saying it, and we ruin them. You've been saying it, right? I had someone come into my house to look at our home because we're selling it.
Yes.
And we're adults. We know what's going on. We understand we aren't really supposed to talk to the people and let the realtors do their thing. We just kind of stayed out of their way.
Yes.
And since the whole COVID thing, we didn't have nowhere to really go, so we just kind of stayed out of their way, didn't speak to them, right?
Yes.
So these strangers walk in our house, and my wife and I just, hi, hello, and we just kind of leave them alone. My daughter, the woman says hello to my daughter, and my daughter doesn't say hello back. She goes, well, what's your name? And I thought, oh, my gosh. It's so obvious. You don't let someone walk in your house, you don't even know who it is.
There
but
you go.
A child doesn't care what's correct, or they know what's right.
Yeah.
And it's not a big deal. It's just something so simple, you know. And then that got me thinking, like, that little girl knows it's right. If someone comes into your house, you know who they are. You introduce yourself properly. You find out, who are you in my house and what are you doing here, right? And so I thought, wow, it's so funny, that little girl. So then my grandfather's sick in the hospital, all kind of craziness. That's a different call for a different day. But I asked my daughter, I said, sweetie, before you go to bed, please pray for Daddy's grandpa. And, you know, God tells us to pray specifically, you know?
Yes.
And an adult, if I said, hey, pray for my grandpa, an adult would go, oh, yeah, we'll do. Thanks, man. For sure, I'll do it. You got it. Prayers. That would be it. They wouldn't even ask why, which is silly. My daughter goes, well, how come? I said, oh, well, he's sick. Well, what's wrong? Okay, well, he's in the hospital. We want him to get better so he can get out. Okay. She starts walking to her bedroom. mind you, she's not even 3 yet, Jesse. She turns around and she goes, and what is his name again? And I thought,
amazing.
Oh God sets us up with what we need to know, and that child knew. You don't just go and do a random prayer to emptiness.
That's right, man.
Who am I praying for, and why am I praying for him?
Yep.
And when I told her what information she needed to know, she said, "Okay, Daddy," and just trying to walk off like it wasn't nothing. So,
amazing.
anyways, I'm thankful for you teaching. And the caller said you're the salt man. He's right on point. You are, and I hope to pick that up and start being salty.
You're already doing it.
Thanks, man. And I thank you for helping open our eyes, or at least point us in the direction to God, who will open our eyes.
Yeah.
So I could see like the beauty in my daughter. And all that being said, I'm starting to see where I'm killing her unintentionally.
Yep.
And I am ruining her. And man, Jesse, I wish I could do better. I'm trying.
You're on your way,
trying,
man.
But at least I'm seeing it. And I told my wife, I'm like, man, that like when we get pissed off and annoyed, you lose your patience with a little kid. And I said, we're killing her spirit.
Yeah.
And right now, God has that little girl. She's right on track. And the only way she'll get off track is if we pull her off track.
Yes, sir.
And so, man, I still think I'm going to end up doing it. I hope I don't.
No.
But I really hope I don't. But one thing I have learned is when she gets old enough to talk about it, I will not hold back my failures to her. I'll tell her, hey, I did this, I screwed up, and I'm sorry. And I know well enough now not to expect her to forgive me and not to demand forgiveness from her, but it's definitely not going to be she's 40 and wondering if daddy knows all the screw ups that he had,
Right.
So I'm going to try to be real with my kids and just love them and do the best I can. But thank you for opening eyes, man.
You're welcome, Danny. But let me just tell you, you're on your way. You're home. The moment you were able to see, you found. So you're home, back with the Father. So just relax and don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about how she's going to turn out. You just allow yourself to continue to grow and be an example. And your daughter, especially since she's so young, she will see the light in you, and she'll be fine.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, God bless you. God bless your experts. Every single day I listen to the television. Y'all's experts are experts because, my goodness, the people running our country are so stupid.
I know. It's so amazing.
So,
amazing
God bless
call.
you guys. Keep pushing common sense, man.
Right on.
Keep pushing common sense and keep pushing confidence in men.
Right
I
on,
appreciate
man.
it.
God bless you, Daniel. You're amazing
Yes,
call.
sir.
I appreciate it. Amazing. Amazing testimony. What you got to overcome first is the anger. Forgive your parents, especially your mother. Return to the Father. There will come a day when I will return the children to the fathers and the fathers to the children. That means adult children as well. That's what's happening with Daniel. And that's what's going to happen with you. Forgive and then go live. Keep your eyes on yourself. Don't be looking at other people. And if you see weakness in other people, forgive them. Don't hold it against them. When we get the crazy callers, they can't help it. They're in a fallen state. Satan is their daddy. They can't see. It's not personal. Really. It is not personal. They can't help it. Remember Christ was on the cross? He said, forgive them. They know not what they do. Really, it's not personal. Whether they lied or whatever the situation is. They cannot help it. When you wake up, you're going to see. And you won't judge your fellow man or yourself. Congratulations, Daniel, to you, your wife and family, man. Rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.